Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Virgo. How you doing? I hope you're well, my friends, my earth cousins. I hope you're doing good. And I'm here with a little short stack of oracles here. We're going to look at the week ahead energy, right? The overall energy with the oracles. And then we're going to add some tarot and find out what's going on here, Virgo. And how you doing? Thanks for coming back. If you're a person who's always back, thanks for coming back. And if you're brand new, welcome here. Thanks so much for showing up. Look there, if you would like to subscribe and you're brand new, please look in the bottom right-hand corner. And please don't forget that there are private reads open at this time. They are quite reasonably priced, and there is a link in the pinned comment down below this video. All right, look in the comment section. Tell me about Virgo, what's coming up, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo, there's a lot of stuff going on, including a full moon eclipse in your sign on the 13th and 14th, right? So let's find out what is coming up in the week ahead, please. We've got light. That is the sun for you. Something is going to become incredibly apparent for you. There is something that you're going to see in the week ahead that you have not seen before, or that maybe was always there but you didn't notice it. We have some sort of an emotional loss that might be coming up for you. And we also have material harvest. So look, we're taking the good with the bad here. So it feels like you will be in lack in terms of emotions possibly next week, but that there is going to be material wealth that is around the corner for you. So something is coming to light. It might be something to do with this emotional loss. Let's keep reading and see what else is coming here for Virgo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got Guardian, the lost loved one watches over you. So I'm going to say that if this emotional loss is connected to the Guardian, I want to say that this person is already passed. I'm not saying anyone will pass. I think this is someone who you've already lost if we're talking about a lost loved one. And lost loved one doesn't have to mean that they're gone from the earth. It could mean that you just are not, you can't speak with them anymore. Maybe this person is someone who did something really terrible to you. Maybe you've had an argument and maybe they're very toxic and you don't want them or can't have them in your life anymore. It could be addiction related. So it doesn't have to be that somebody has passed, right? But I feel like you're going to be seeing something by the light of the sun. I feel like a conclusion or a reason, or it says here, a lost one watches over you. So this could be someone on the earth who is at a distance, but it definitely could be someone that you've already lost in the past. We have date night. It says, ready to be wined and dined. You will be traveling soon. So it could be for some of you, if you're already in a relationship, maybe it's date night is coming up possibly. If this is emotional loss in the respect of a date night, possibly it's a relationship. Maybe you've just recently exited a relationship that you're not really too happy about exiting. Could be feeling like an emotional loss. And in that case, possibly someone, a lost loved one, might be watching over you. Tell me more about this. It's a guardian angel, I feel. Tell me more about Virgo. We have soon. So we do have a 5. And so it does, again, 5s. I want to say that this is a place where you're not going to be for a very long time. It's an emotional loss, but it feels like that you're going to understand why things worked out the way they did. So whether you lost someone from your life, a family member due to an argument or a fight, or maybe someone has already passed away. It feels like for some of you, it could be relationship related, but we do have a 5 here, and then we have a 5 here. 5s, more than one that show up in my readings. For me, it's always a quick change. So something's about to quickly change, and I think it's because the sun is about to appear. A breakthrough is happening, and card number 19 breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to the 1, which is the beginning of something. Nothing ever ends unless something else is ready to begin. It's the only time anything ends is so something else can begin. So maybe this loss was necessary. I don't mean in the loss of a human. I mean in the loss of a relationship, in the loss of something possibly that hurt your feelings. We do have karmic relationship. So if it is relationship related, possibly this was a karmic relationship. This person may have been sent to you to teach you a lesson, but you just automatically assumed that you should be with them forever. Tell me more about Virgo. We have balance. So balance in all things here. Soon you will get some balance. I feel like you do have a guardian angel for those of you who have lost someone in the past. And I feel like you're going to realize that, or you might have a dream, or you might see them. For those of you who are quite psychic like that, you might see them. We do have surrender. So we'll leave that right here for now. And I feel like you're supposed to surrender to the loss. I feel like you're supposed to know that this is a place of temporary sadness. The good news is, the bad news is things are temporary, right? Like sometimes we lose loved ones. The good news is things are temporary, and sometimes we have to lose things from our life in order to gain other things. We do have foresee. Maybe you kind of you were foreseeing that the relationship wasn't going to work. I feel like if you have this breakthrough and you surrender to this balance, I feel like this is like divine timing almost. It feels like something is about to change for you here. And it's going to bring you into some sort of balance, Virgo. It's going to happen quite soon. Tell me more about Virgo, please. Let's get to the tarot. Tell me about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo. We do have the Three of Wands. Somebody's making a decision, turning their back. It's time to see things from a different point of view. We do have the Three of Pentacles. This could be a friendship that we're talking about, or someone you've had in your life for a while that you've built some sort of a foundation with here. We have the Eight of Cups. Yeah. It feels like someone has already foreseen it here, that things are kind of spiraling out of control. It feels like, there are some signs who know that it's over before it's over, or they know that it's time to say that's enough, and they sort of treat the relationship in a way that it's over before it's over. Sometimes that is like Scorpio or Aries or Taurus. Sometimes they know it's over and they start to get comfortable in that energy and start to treat the relationship like it's already over, even while being in the relationship. We've got the Hierophant energy. We've got the Page of Swords. And we've got the Chariot here. So something is coming fairly quickly here. So I want to say with the Three of Wands, it feels like that I feel like somebody's already made a decision. Like it feels like you are all, like you could be in a relationship right now, feeling an emotional loss, going through the motions of date night, going out, trying to rekindle, that kind of thing. I think that somebody here, the light's going to go on and you're going to have a realization that this thing is over. And I think you will surrender to the sunshine. You will surrender to the sun, to the breakthrough or the realization, or seeing things clearer than you saw them before. It feels like things in a moment's notice or in the moment of alchemy are going to come into balance for you. Balance, right? The light and the dark sphinx, right? This is the feminine, masculine energy. Something's going to come into balance here, and I feel like it's going to be time to go. At that point, it's when you are going to surrender. It does feel like somebody here is moving into a new chapter of their life. This happens sometimes, right? In relationships, sometimes, one is not willing to change. They're like, I'm fine the way I am. Don't you dare try and change me. And it's like, okay, fine. But you get left behind. If you're not willing to change your thinking or be flexible in your life or the way things are going or change at all, then sometimes we grow apart because one person is ready to be flexible and change and the other one just wants to stay where they are forever and ever. And that neither one of those things are good or bad. We get to make choices for ourselves. It does feel like here somebody is sort of digging in their heels, I want to say. Digging in their heels. I don't want to change. I would like to stay in the place that we are. It's like somebody does not want to grow past the 3 pentacles. I feel comfortable where we are. It feels like we're comfortable. I trust you. You trust me. It feels like we are maybe in a friendship. Some of you might be friends with benefits. When I see fire next to earth, it's always friends with benefits for me. But it feels like somebody's not happy in that state. It does feel like for some of you that somebody is ready to maybe go to a new community, meet new people, and maybe the other person is kind of like digging their heels in and like, I'm not ready to go. This could be a friend. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but for some of you it will be. We do have the Page of Swords here. It does feel like maybe a Taurus here is ready to explore something new. It could be possibly that somebody here wants to explore something new with you, Virgo. Maybe go into a commitment, and maybe you're not ready for the commitment or ready to open that door. Maybe you just want to stay in this sort of acquaintance sort of energy. This could be them, Virgo. So it doesn't always get pinned on you in these readings, right? I could be reading to you about the cross watcher. We do have the 8 of Cups here. It feels though like somebody has already made a decision that it's time for a new adventure. So that could be you. Maybe you're deciding, you know what, maybe it's time just for a new adventure. And it does feel like this 8 of Cups is telling me that you're about to detach emotionally, just in order to get some sort of balance. And I think that's going to happen soon. Look, when we're in a general reading, it is general. It's not about you. It's about the 60,000 people I'm reading for. And so that's why I say flip it or flop it as you need to. I could be reading about you. I could be reading about the situation backwards. It does feel like, though, that somebody here is very traditional. I want what I want. I don't really want to veer away from that. I know my doctrine. I know what I want. I'm never going to give up my thoughts, my feelings. It feels like someone is being a little less than flexible, but there is a door that's opening here. And it feels like this Page of Swords is the one that is flexible, malleable of the mind. This one is curious. I want more information. I'm looking for more information. So it feels like there are a couple of people here, possibly. This could be a friendship or a love ship. This could be 2 people that are already in a relationship. It could be that we're in kind of like we haven't quite committed to each other, but we're not necessarily out of the friends with benefits stage. It feels like it could be different for all of you. It feels, though, that there is supposed to be a shift here, and somebody foresees it not going very well, that there might be an emotional loss. And although they're going through the stages of, let's go through the date nights and all of that in order to keep it together, I feel like somebody is sort of on their way out. They've realized that this is a karmic relationship, that this isn't a place where I want to be for the rest of my life. So I don't know if that's you, Virgo, or them, but somebody is not willing to change and is not really into going into this Hierophant or this committed energy here. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. So you might have acquired things with this person that are financial. So maybe you bought a house together. Maybe you own a car together. Maybe you have animals that you share. But it feels like here that there is a stable type energy here in this relationship. But it feels like this World card is telling me that we're like worlds apart on what we want. And it feels like this thing really isn't growing past the 3 of Pentacles. In terms of building in the Pentacle world, it feels like maybe we've gotten to the 3rd or the 4th Pentacle. One of you is stable financially. One of you is really taking care of yourself. Feminine or masculine, the Queen of Pentacles is here. But it feels like, yeah, things are getting boring. It feels like there is, the 4 of Cups is telling me we've hit a comfort zone. We've hit a wall. And I feel like someone is not willing to change, not willing to renew the vows or renew the cup of love, or let's try on this romantically. Can I give you my cup again? It feels like there's like 2 people who are on very different pages about what a relationship should look like here. Tell me about this 8 of Cups, please. Because it feels like somebody is already looking at other people or looking at their other options or watching other people, waiting for something different to happen. And I feel like the only thing that they know is going to bring them balance is detaching or walking away. We've got the Queen of Swords. Someone is about to liberate themselves here, whether it's you or them. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. And we've got the Six of Swords. Yeah, it does look like somebody here is ready to take the exit. They're making an exit plan. I feel like this is telling me the decision has been made, that I'm waiting for something else to show up. Something else that's going to take me on a different adventure. The Wheel of Fortune is here and the Queen of Swords is here. I really do feel that it's time. Somebody has been waiting or holding back or not saying. It's like you've been in this comfort zone kind of energy in some sort of friendship or relationship for a while. And I don't think it's serving you anymore, because the Queen energy is with the Wheel of Fortune is telling me someone has grown. Someone is now like, I have to be honest with you. There's no way I can do this facade anymore. I can't just go through these date nights one after the other, just pretending that I'm, in this commitment with you, when there really isn't a commitment. It feels like the Queen of Swords is about to stand up and say something, draw a boundary of sorts. It is divine timing, and it's a changing point for whoever the Queen of Swords is. So I feel like you are either dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, maybe a Libra. You could be dealing with, of course, an Aquarius or a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Taurus as well. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, maybe a Sagittarius or an Aries. But it feels like that there is something that is changing here. And it feels like someone is about to move away. Move away from the way we were. Make change. This is a big change that's happening. It's a turning point. Tell me about this Page of Swords. Someone is getting very curious about what is it going to look like if I do end up walking away or disconnecting. Someone feels like I get to drop my burdens and it's going to be beneficial to my life in terms of finances, or long-term. It's going to give me long-term lessons. It feels like somebody is realizing that the lessons are here, that it will, walking away is looking more and more beneficial than it is looking bad. It is going to cause emotional loss, and someone is already left mentally. They've already left the relationship mentally here. I feel like the other person is maybe not awake or not aware and doesn't realize it. They don't feel it. They don't know it. They're kind of oblivious to it. We get those relationships, right, where someone's like, I have no idea why they left. And it's because they really didn't see it coming. But I feel like you are foreseeing that this is, this is not the place that I'm going to be able to create my legacy. The moon energy tells me that things are not as they seem for somebody here. They could be a Cancer or a Pisces, but something is not as it seems. Someone isn't noticing that you're carrying a lot of really heavy energy, or you're under pressure, or you're carrying burdens, financial burdens possibly. Maybe you're the Queen of Pentacles and you're the one who's been carrying this relationship financially. It feels like somebody is not even noticing that. They could be someone who is quite young. Maybe there's a big age difference here. Someone who is not quite getting it at this point. So they just assume that the next step is going to be marriage and opening the new door, but you're not sure at all. I feel like what you're going to do is let them down kindly as you can. The Two of Pentacles is making a decision, and then we have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords. I feel like somebody here is trying to say, how do I let them down with the least impact to their emotional stability? How do I do that? What's the outcome here? I feel like the only way that you're going to be able to do this, Virgo, if it's you making the decision, is to surrender. I feel like you just need to go into some hermit energy for a bit, because I feel as though you are feeling a little bit in lack here. You know you have to do this soon. You know that I feel like it's going to be this breakthrough. The new beginning is coming and the breakthrough is here. And don't forget, we've got, first of all, the first full moon that we have is coming up in your sign, right? And it's also an eclipse. And I feel like you might be making some sort of really big life change around that time here. Tell me what the outcome is for Virgo. We have the Hanged One, yeah. So you're in this place of trying to get a different look at things here, trying to find a perspective that is going to give you balance. And I want to say that you're trying to see things from a higher level, right? We've got somebody here standing on like a mountain or a cliff here. And we have somebody here who's in the Three of Wands, who's seeing things from a higher level, right? From a higher place not on the ground, but on a higher place, like on a mountain or a molehill, I guess. And we do have the Seven of Wands. I feel like your back is against the wall and you're feeling a little bit defensive or trying to protect yourself. What you're trying to do here is protect your energy. I feel, honestly, that it feels like two people are pulling apart from each other because one person is stuck in the past or stuck in a place where they don't ever intend to change. And I feel, Virgo, you're the person who is turning into the Empress. You are changing vibrations and you're about to completely move out of a vibration that you no longer feel comfortable in. I feel like you're moving at the moment of alchemy and you're about to stand up and say something, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. I feel like there's the other person is sort of oblivious. They're oblivious to you carrying all the financial burdens and trying to keep the balance in the relationship. And I feel like once you hit this place, a certain place of financial stability, maybe you've got enough in the bank, maybe you've got enough to get a mortgage or whatever it is, I feel like you're on your way because the World card is here. It's like a cycle has completed itself. Once you get to be the Queen of Pentacles, feminine or masculine, you are stable. Right? You're stable financially, you're stable in your health, you're just in this place of stability. And I feel like this is when this World card, something comes to a close here, full circle. It is an accomplishment, but I will say that you were completely bored where you were. That's what it feels like here. And I'm just going to say, I feel like this is a karmic relationship. And I feel like you were giving reciprocal energy because, maybe you've been in this for a while. Maybe you didn't want to have to let it go. But I think you've been going through the motions for such a long time. It's time for you to, this Three of Wands is about adventure. And so I feel like the vacation is what you need. It's time for you to go. We do have the Chariot, yeah, and it's going to be soon. As soon as you make the decision, I feel like you've been sort of thinking about it obsessively, but you feel a little bit stuck. You don't have all the information that you need just yet, but you're about to make a decision to move away or move forward here. King of Pentacles is there. So I feel like you are changing vibrations and someone's not willing to change with you. And that sometimes causes, a couple to break up, and or people who were dating or people who were married for years when one person doesn't want to move and the other person does. I'm going to leave that right here. Thank you, Virgo, for coming and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I, of course, will be back. And you guys take care. Bye-bye.